Welcome. So we just got a secondhand mini fridge from my grandfather. He happens to have like a little bit of everything in his garage, and I told him that I'm gonna be working out in my garage space, and he grabbed me a mini fridge that he just happened to get his hands on, and now I have that fridge entirely full of LaCroix. So it's a good day. But welcome to the workspace. It's a little bit disorganized right now. We've kind of been prioritizing the rest of the house, so we haven't really kind of made any steps forward out here to get things organized and cleaned up. It is cold out here, hence the hat. I just kind of like the hat, truthfully, but it's definitely cold out here. This is kind of my first steps into the woodwork venture. So you can probably see over here, there's a ton of just scrap wood sitting around. When we moved into the house, there was no insulation in the attic at all. So I actually had to go up and lay a bunch of insulation. I swear to God, I spent like 2 weeks up there. And when I went to take out the middle part with all of the plywood laying there, I realized that whoever laid the new plywood actually just laid it over the old floor. So underneath that newer wood was old hardwood. But I figured, you know, why pitch all of this old wood when maybe I can clean it up and repurpose it and refinish it and make it into a couple of different scrapwood projects. So what we need to do is clean all this wood out, clean it off, get it sanded down, and then hopefully be able to repurpose it for some shelving projects. What I'm gonna actually try to tackle is a hanging shelf. So it's 3 slabs of the wood and my tiny little notebook for my tiny little writing, but it's gonna be 3 slabs of wood. 2 slabs are 18 inches, and the middle one is 24 inches. And then what I want to do is kind of drill 2 holes on each side of the wood and then run rope through it. So ultimately it's like 3, and it should look kind of cute. You can see this side of the wood is pretty like beat up, kind of nasty looking. I did a little bit of sanding. I got a random orbit sander from Lowe's. So I'm starting to play around with that. I got the wrong sandpaper. I got sandpaper without holes and it's like flying off. So I had to go out and buy more sandpaper with holes in it. I'm imagining that's important. I don't know a lot. But we're gonna try to get this stuff sanded down. But you can see a little bit here. I sanded this down and it looks a lot nicer. I might try to do a little bit of torching eventually. I have a wood torch, so I'd like to experiment a little bit with what that looks like. I know it kind of still gives it that worn feel and brings out the grain. So I'd like to experiment with that a little bit, maybe make a couple of flags, but I don't know. This is just kind of the first project I'm tackling. I already cut the wood, so now it's just getting it cleaned off and sanded, and we're gonna experiment and see how it goes. Hopefully it doesn't look like trash, but you know, there's always a high chance of that as well. If you're interested in checking out any of the finished projects and you don't have the patience to watch here through this madness, the woodworking kind of project title is Steel Summit Woodworking. You can find that on Instagram. It's under Steel Summit Woodwork. If anybody's interested in any of the projects, let me know and I'll happily maybe make you something and send it out your way. Go give it a follow if you haven't already and check out some of the finished projects and let me know what you'd like to see. If you have any ideas for any of this scrap wood, let me know. I'm happy to play around and see what I can accomplish here. Ultimately, I have a lot of type A in me, so the organization of this space is getting to me a little bit, so I'd like to kind of get this cleaned up and make it a little bit more presentable, but we'll get to that in maybe a later video. And for now, we're gonna dive into doing some of this. Thanks for watching.
Look at all that LaCroix.